Hi, great, Eric here. So I'm just going to give you a very quick whistle-stop tour of what this 90-day challenge is about. And I legitimately mean when I say it's not for 90% of people. It really is not for 90% of people. And you'll find out why that is as I go through this short presentation. Now, what I should also say at this juncture is, look, my Coach Me Slim and Trim program still exists. That has not stopped being offered. That is the program that I offer to people who are, newbies to this, that are looking to drop anywhere between 20 and 100 pounds. And I work with them on a one-to-one basis and I coach them through that whole process. So that is my flagship program, as you were, and that is still available. This particular program, which is called the V.I.P.E.R program, and I'll give you more details on that. This is a program for a specific kind of psychographic type of person who is looking to achieve a particular result in a set period of time, and they want to do it in a challenge format. And challenge formats don't suit everybody. Most of the clients I work with are not suited to a challenge format. They work better when we go through the Coach Me Slim and Trim program progressively, step by step. But this is very much, here's the program, we start on this date, we finish on this date, and you're looking to lose 16 to 31 pounds, and that's the goal. So it's very, very challenge focused. So it's a rare opportunity will be made available over the coming weeks for just a handful of people. So I'm not looking to work with like hundreds of people. It's going to be a small group of people who will get the opportunity to do this program, and they'll be doing it alongside me. There's going to be 72 online live workouts. Those workouts are going to start at 5:45 in the morning. So straight away you can see that rules out probably 90% of people who would not be able to get out of bed at that time in the morning. And it finishes at 6:25. So you're up, you're about, you're doing your business, and it's a great start to the day, in my opinion. It's going to run from Monday through to Saturday. You're going to do 6 training sessions a week. There's a 3-month eating plan plus other additional eating support materials. So you're not going to be guessing about what you need to eat. That comes with a shopping list. It's also got barcodes on things like, is it V.I.P.E.R, I think it is, where you can sort of put in your macronutrients and your proteins and all that sort of stuff if you're into those sort of gadgets. And I'll show you an example of that in a little while. You're going to get a 12-week self-paced online coaching program, and that is my Coach Me Slim and Trim program. And that program is going to support you emotionally, nutritionally, and cover some physical aspects as well as to why you're doing what you're doing. That's going to also be made available to you. And the goal, as I said, is to lose 16 to 31 pounds. So it's not the sort of program that you want to come onto if you've got doubts in your mind. You should be saying, I want to lose, boom, fill in the blank. That's what I want to lose, and we get going for it. So who's the program for? A serious person wanting a very direct approach to losing weight. So you've made your mind up. You've exercised before, and that's important. So you may not have exercised in the last few months, but you've got some idea of exercise, basic, squats, press-ups. Maybe you've worked with kettlebells, dumbbells, but you should have that basic background, because whilst I can give you some guidance and coaching, this program is designed for you to be working alongside of me. And I'll talk about the history of the program when I get into some other slides. But you need to have some exercise background. If you are a newbie to exercise and you've done no exercise and you're carrying injuries, or you've got issues with certain body parts, this is not the program for you. You'd be far better off working with me on a one-to-one basis. This isn't the program for you. And you feel comfortable with early morning starts, and you genuinely have to be able to get to bed at a sensible time. And I would say if you're getting anything less than 6 hours, you're going to be in trouble. So you want to be at least minimum on 6, but ideally 7 to 8 is what you're looking for. And there's just some names of some past graduates who I'm going to go into in a second. Mr. Pink, who was the first person to go through this type of training, and then some other clients there as well, Katie, Marie, and Gaynor. So let's just quickly dive into some of those past graduates. Okay, so before I get into some of the past graduates of the program, just to give you a bit of the background behind it. So it's called the Coach Me Slim and Trim V.I.P.E.R program. Now, V.I.P.E.R stands for Very Intensive Personal Exercise Regime, because that's exactly what it was. And it first came to fruition about 8 years ago, and a chap came in to see me who sat down, pulled out of his back pocket a health and fitness magazine. On the front cover was a picture of a 25-year-old looking buff, lean and really toned. Paul was not that, and he was 50 years of age. So long story short, I said to him, look, in order to achieve anything even close to that, it's going to take you at least 12 weeks, and you're going to have to work out probably 6 days a week. So what I offered him was 3 sessions at my facility. At the time I was working offline in my own private gym, And I said, you'd have to do 3 by yourself at home. He said, well, look, it's unlikely I'm going to do 3 sessions at home by myself because I just, don't have that sort of discipline. So I said, okay, fine. Here's the alternative. If you want to put 6 sessions in and you want to dedicate yourself to this, then you can come into this facility 6 days a week and you can train alongside me. He went away, thought about it. He remembered what the kids were saying to him about having back fat and how he wanted to get rid of that, ready for his holiday when he's going off to Mallorca, and he signed up. Long story short, here's Paul 11 weeks later. And you can see, the guy wasn't like overweight when he started. Bit of fat around here, but not masses. But his goal was to lose, as he said, the back fat and get a little bit more definition. And I think you'd agree he's got a bit more definition across his torso, in his arms, his shoulders. And that was 11 weeks work. And he put the work in as a 50-year-old guy and I think got a pretty decent result. Well, whilst he was going through the program, there was another lady who I was training at the time. She heard about the program and decided she wanted to do something similar. And again, I'm not going to sort of go into the ins and outs of every single person in terms of their story, but just to give you an idea of the results. This was Katie. She actually went through the program twice to achieve this result and actually went on to get a medal in the Miss Galaxy Universe competition. So at the age of 47, she was able to beat off girls in their 20s, 30s to get a medal, which I think is a pretty decent result. And, she was on a stage modelling as a fitness model. Now, what was interesting was Katie was inspired by what Paul had done. And then there's another lady who had heard about what Katie had done, and that was Marie. And she got inspired to want to do something. And Marie, mother of 3, 50 years of age, you can see, round, rotund in the midriff area, got herself a nice flat stomach, and a stomach piercing was one of the things she wanted to do when she got a flat stomach, and she did that. Again, she went through the program. And just one final example of somebody who, again, saw what Marie did, and this is Gaynor. Gaynor had lost some weight already before she did the V.I.P.E.R program, just to be clear, but she used it to shift, I think it was about the last 14 or 15 pounds she used the V.I.P.E.R approach for, and that got her down to the eventual weight loss of 85 pounds. So she probably already lost about 70 pounds prior to doing it and became very accomplished with exercise as well, knew what she was doing. And then just very finally, I suppose, you may be wondering, have I ever had to lose any weight? Well, I was a physical training instructor in the armed forces, so you can imagine for the majority of the time I was pretty fit and healthy and have been most of my life, but I have fallen foul of the dreaded sort of muffin top hips and lost a bit of tone and had to take myself in hand and do the V.I.P.E.R program myself. So I've actually done my own Coach Me Slim and Trim V.I.P.E.R program to get myself back in some sort of decent order. And this was me when I started, and this was me 12 weeks later. And over here you'll see a magazine cover of a guy that's not me, but something that you really need if you're going to do a program like this, which is a challenge. You're going to need a really clear goal, and I try and get people to have a really clear goal of what they want to try and achieve. So for me, I saw this magazine cover, I think it was in Tesco's, got it, said, right, okay, I want to try and achieve that look. And I then, when I got my result, clearly I'm not as big as this guy, but it was a good target to go for, similar complexion and all that sort of stuff. I got a designer then to recreate this magazine cover and put me on the front cover of it, because that was my goal. I said, right, that's what I'm going to do. So if you are thinking about this program, getting involved in it, you really do have to have a real desire to achieve something that you can physically see and that you are going after, because without that level of intensity, without that level of desire, you will fall after the first week or two. I guarantee it. So it needs to be absolutely in the forefront of your mind what you want to achieve. So that's just me showing you an example of that. So let me just now talk very quickly about what's actually in the program so you can see what you'll be getting. So this is a summary of the 12 weeks. So 72 live workouts, Monday through to Saturday, value of £1,800. 3 monthly healthy eating plans, value there £395. I'm not going to keep saying value, you can read those figures for yourself. Online access to the online coaching program 24/7. Once you've accessed the 12-week program, it's yours forever and a day to keep accessing that. Live weekly exercise clinic. So that's over and above these 6 sessions we do. So if there's something that you are struggling with, you've got a question about, or your form needs to be checked on something, then that's where you can do it on this live weekly exercise clinic. And they take place early in the morning for about roughly half an hour, 25 minutes, and you can book onto those. There'll be a live weekly group clinic. That's where you can jump on a call on Zoom and ask any questions you may have on nutrition or exercise, and I can cover those questions off during that session. If you can't make the session, those sessions are recorded and I then send them out to you. Before you get started on the 12 weeks, there is a foundation week. Now that depends upon when the program's running and how soon you get access to the program. That's not always, it's always there, but if you started late, you may miss the foundation week. Is it essential that you do that to succeed? Not with the V.I.P.E.R program, because as I said, you want to come onto the V.I.P.E.R program with a real solid mindset and a real good idea and a clear image of what you want to achieve. If you do the foundation week, it just gives you an extra week just to do some preparation stuff, but it's not essential for your success. All the other people I've just shown you didn't have a foundation week. Coaching support materials, they're sent out in the post to you. You get a personal manual, you get a smaller little manual, you get a whole bunch of things that you can use just to track your progress as you're going through the 12 weeks. You'll get access to my impact diet coaching videos. That's me actually in the kitchen doing some cooking. So you get me seeing, I'll do a breakfast, lunch, evening meal and various other little bits and pieces. Pilates essential videos inside the portal. So if you have got or had a history of, maybe a little bit of core conditioning issues, a bit of lower back pain maybe, there's some Pilates in there as well that can help you out. Weekly support emails, sometimes just written emails, sometimes linked to videos. And finally, the weight loss escape plan videos. That's me going through 6 common traps that people get caught up in when they're trying to transform their bodies and how to get out of those 6 traps. So that's what you get in summary format. Let me talk about the investment level now, because I'm sure you want to know what that is. But that all comes in a total of about £5,559 as a rough figure. To be honest with you, it's probably a little bit more than that, but that's a figure that I sort of calculated. So your investment's going to be for this program, not the 5,595. I'm calling it a beta test at 1,997 because this price will remain for a period of time before it goes up to a value that I think is more representative of what it's actually valued at. So it's a one-time payment. You pay the payment once you're on the program. That's it. We go. Now, I'm not going to expect you just to pay that straight away without a conversation with me. You probably want to jump on a call, and what I'm proposing to do with this program is have like a group Zoom call. So I'll be speaking to many people at once. I say many people, if there's many people that want to do the program, of course. But in that way, I can be efficient with my time and with your time, but also you get to hear some of the questions that other people may be posing that possibly you have not thought about. So that's the program in its entirety. I'd love to see you on it, but the first thing you need to do is basically reach out to me, contact me and say, Eric, yes, I'm interested in your program. It looks like it's the sort of thing I want to do. I'm happy to invest at that level. If that's you, then great. But if you're not happy to invest at that level, please don't sort of, waste your time or my time by let's just having a conversation over stuff. If you're serious about it, I'm looking to work with serious people. This is a challenge. You have to be happy to work in a group situation with other people, because if you're not happy to work in a group situation, then chances are it's not going to work for you. So it is a challenge, and it's going to be a collective of people working together every single morning, 5:45 through to 06:25, Monday through to Saturday for 12 weeks. But at the end of it, you can look forward to having a body that you can look at in the mirror when you strip off and go, wow, I did that. Because that's exactly what the program is designed to do. So if that's for you, get in touch with me, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care. Bye for now.
It wasn't a magic bullet. This for me has been life-changing, and it doesn't feel like a flash in the pan.
I was feeling tired, lethargic. There was no other programme on the market that I could find that offered this holistic range of both diet, exercise and the coaching.